Mark, why do Agile techniques perform better than other historical project management techniques?
The advantages of Agile techniques is they reflect the reality of the modern marketplace. When we talk about historical managerial techniques, many of these techniques have been around for decades, and they reflect the reality of that time. So Waterfall, for example, is a 1940s World War II U.S. military hardware procurement model. And it made perfect sense in the 1940s. And the reason why is our early computers were simple. 28 lines of software code. And so something where I could sit down and establish a defined control that looked into the future was easy to do. When we talk about today's applications, we're talking about millions of lines of software code. And so being able to predict, Johnny is going to work on this task for 6 hours on January 14, 2014. And believing that that's possible, to predict that far into the future with any semblance of accuracy is a fantasy. And so the nice thing about Agile techniques is that they are based on empirics. I'm going to establish plans of how I would like things to go. And then I'm going to build a little bit of a product increment, and I'm going to see how that product increment reflects the needs of the customers themselves. The analogy that I often use in why Agile techniques are superior is, have you ever read a book and then gone and seen a movie? And the characters in the movie are fundamentally different than how you had envisioned them in reading the book. Now, does that mean that the people who produced the movie are wrong? No. Every time you read something, it is open to interpretation. And the nice thing about Agile techniques is they allow you to tangibly align your product with the expectations of your actual customers.